Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. And also go to ISUPK.com and drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this. And also, please, ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some. We can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west.
I ain't at the die, meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. We got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't at the die to meet the devil.
I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Gave me a deuce and a bundle of cocaine. Told me to sell to my people, make sure you keep them fiending. If any try to shoot you, make sure that you leave them leaking. He said,
I'ma hold you down when problems pop up.
how you got me moving this dope? Want me in lockup? He said,
Don't you want the Benz vertible with the top cut?
Yeah.
Stop bitching, get in that kitchen, let it rock up. Bitches love the dope boy, especially when it's guap up. I know you know Ron.
who the plug from by the block up?
I'll tell you a little secret, make sure that you keep your mouth shut. Ron got a Lexus, crib in Philly and Texas. Trips to the Bahamas, just got a whip for his mama. He fucking up them commas, be honest, he seem decent though.
I hear you, but I just seen Ron about a week ago. In fact, he ain't looking too good. His knees is kinda slow. I asked him why the struggle. He got stuck up for his bundle, but them 6 hollow tips in his legs what made him crumble.
He got a house and mama is living good.
Said the feds took it all. He right back in the hood. I see you try to play me. You gave us crack in the 80s. Made us abort our babies and making hoes out our ladies. I know you got me gravy, but Satan, you must be crazy. It's gonna take more than cars one to amaze me. I seen niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their head at the clouds, so you don't faze me.
I guarantee that you gon' regret it. Remember I said it.
Nah, you could dead it.
What you saying? I can't win?
Nah, devil, nice try. So until we meet again,
I ain't at the die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't at the die to meet the devil. I ain't religious or superstitious, but we been getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrolling why? Because prison became a business. They murder one of ours and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we riot, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die a martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. When Christ return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And your honor, why you gave our homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot our homeboy twice. Pussy with a gun screaming out that he got a knife. He came from Habibi's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's trife, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. Ask Trayvon, Mike Brown, a Kai Gurley, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando, Alton Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't at the die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. And we seen the rise of the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil. Lord knows I despise every devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil and said, I pray you die, every devil.
Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas. Hey, yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding general, your honor. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, thank you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapping together. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey.
Hey, shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Thumb, Yahweh Shema Thumb, by Shem Shah. Preaching also on Mwanga Bar, Tuesday night brotherhood class, ISUPK, under Commander Hana since 1969. We're teaching the truth. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the chosen people of God. White man is the devil, Bible speaks of. Clap that up. What's going on? Clap that up for the class. You feel me? Got Officer Ashley Yapium, Officer Hall Martin here with me. You feel me? Ashby, Kentucky brotherhood class. And tonight's class, what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about how America isn't great winners, they're sore losers. You know, and we got to go into that because they just looking like fools right now. Like Israel got them like puppets, and people is wondering what's going on. They thought Trump was supposed to make America great again, and why is he listening to whatever Israel say? Why is he joining in this war with Iran? They just killed 2 American soldiers in this damn war. people losing their goddamn minds because they thought that they were supposed to be coming home, but looked like they getting further and further more involved in this war. And what people got to understand is that America has made it seem like they're great winners over these last 250 years. They made it seem like they're great winners when really they're just sore losers. You know, they're sore losers. The way that they won these wars against the Native Indians is by lying. That's how they won these wars, by lying. You know, they signed over 370 some treaties with the Native Indians, broke them all. And now you got historians coming out saying, no, it was really more like 500. You know, it was really more like 500 treaties that they broke because the Native Indians thinking that the war was over. So now they back to raising their families, their kids, and then here come the white man coming with guns. You know, that's like wicked as hell. Like, okay, we had to fight, we signed the paperwork, we done. You know, backs turned, getting stabbed right in the back, you know, because they sore losers. You know, what happened with World War II? The black people in the Tuskegee Airmen, is how they was able to get the damn bomber planes to Berlin. You know, so like most of these wars that America claimed they won, they either lost or it was won by the people that they hate, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the World War I, with the Code Talkers, with the Native Indians. You know, they are not great winners. They just sore losers. You know, real talk. Right now they sore losing with this Iran. So if I could, let's start off in Genesis 27 and 32.
Count.
All right, so if I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just did a little simple Google search, and it says America signed over 400 treaties with the Native Indians and broke every one of them.
Broke every one of them. Yep, broke every one. And then I looked up something, and it said some of it was just they ignored it, and then some of it they just outright said we don't give a damn about what we signed. We don't care.
Right.
Just outright, like not even trying to sneak and like come up with some clause or something that was, oh well, y'all didn't follow this line where y'all was supposed to stay across this mountain. Nothing. They just went straight ahead and just started slaughtering them. You know, and it was all about moving westward because they didn't want to stay, you know, in those 13 colonies. They wanted to expand throughout the whole from the Pacific to the Atlantic.
Right.
You know, and that's what I'm saying. They not great winners. They sore losers. That's not how you win. You know, that's just like you saying you want to fight when you snake somebody. Really? Right. You got their back turned. You snake them, knock them out, beat them up while they on the ground, and act like you Muhammad Ali.
Right.
You know, and that's how they win their wars though. Smallpox blankets, given they think of the blankets is gonna keep them warm. They dead when extinct.
And so, like I said, if I could, sir, even the belief that white folks went through the West and tore that whole shit up on their own is bullshit. Because without the Buffalo Soldiers, they wouldn't be able to do shit.
Right. See, sore losers. They not great winners. They sore losers. Lying about history of how you got this and got that, you're a sore loser.
Right.
Because you basically saying without the Buffalo Soldiers, we wouldn't have been able to do it. You would have.
You see what happened when Custer said he ain't want the Buffalo Soldiers. Custer went and got his ass whooped.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They not great winners. They sore losers. All these wars they so proud about. Like, look, the French and Indian War, when they went to war against the French, do you know that the Native Indians is the ones that won that war?
Tearing their ass up.
And look, this is the funny part. It's all in George Washington memoirs. You hear me? And in all his pamphlets and whatever. You know, I'm from the block, so like I be trying to be, real. I be trying to be good with the words sometimes, but sometimes the nigga wrote down in a book that the Native Indians won the war. I'm telling you, George Washington, they got it on record. He put it in his book that the Native Indians was kicking the French ass. And the Native Indian dude that was like kind of like his, I ain't gonna say his partner, but like it was somebody he had an agreement with. That motherfucker said that nigga, he choosing George Washington them side because he watched the French boil his father and eat him.
Mhm.
So he had a perpetual hatred for the French. And that's the only reason why he chose to even side with George Washington and them, to even help them win the war against the French, to kick them out. That's what I'm saying. They sore losers. That why is this not widely known? Why is this not everywhere you look? They got George Washington all over this motherfucking country. Where's that Indian dude that was his homie? Well, I ain't gonna say his homie, but the Indian dude that was his partner. You feel me? Why we don't know his name? I don't even know his name. His name supposed to be all over this country. Yeah, you go ahead.
If I may, sir, they got to get my book, sir. It's like
You said you already got that in your book?
come on, sir.
You got the name of the dude.
I don't have that part. It's like
Ah, okay. But you got the what I'm talking about.
the French Indian War, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Damn, man. See, you getting it on.
Hey, so like it. So what you're saying is heavy too. They sore losers. That's why they came up with that saying to the victor write the history. Is that right? Is that how it go? The victor write the history. That's why we don't have none of that history. It's because after that brother helped him win that war, he snaked him in the back and got rid of him.
Yeah, they did. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're not a winner. And you use these Native Indians to beat up the French, get them up out of here, and then after they get them up out of there, now y'all turn on them.
Yeah.
Now y'all turn
Burn
them,
them alive.
killing them, slaughtering them. Yeah, that's insane. This is who we dealing with, though. No, we dealing with this man is a phony. The white man and all his glory and all this Declaration of Independence and all this 407 years ago. Man, this shit is fake.
Right.
This is not real. But look, we just not. I ain't gonna say we just not finding out. It's just now becoming widely known that all this shit was fake. Trump is the proof. This is how they always been. This shit is going on with Trump and Iran. This is how they always been. They've been like this. You know? They've been getting their ass whooped, and then well, I guess we got to do this and do that, and then end up snaking them. Go ahead.
So like it, sir, if I could, I read somewhere the other day that it was, I don't remember the exact number of American troops that died during the Iranian attack, but it was quite a few American soldiers that died. But you're not gonna see that in the news that American troops are dying over there.
Right.
They trying to keep that on the hush.
See, that's what I'm saying. They be playing games, man. Be trying to front like they winning and they in control when they just winging it. Them wars that George Washington won, them battles, man, they was just winging it. It wasn't no strategic shit behind it. Like they make it seem like he was some military tactician. They was just winging it. They literally, they go to French, he go to the British, because you know he was fighting with the British at first before he turned on them. See, look, we can talk about this all night. We can talk about this all night because he was fighting with the British, and then after they got rid of everybody, now him and his men, the Virginians, that's what they call it, they turned on the fucking British and got them up out of there. And all while this is happening, black people was enslaved in chains. All while all this stuff we talking about happening, black people had chains around their neck. Real talk. Yeah, this is insane, man. And then now we know why black people chose to fight with George Washington and the Native Indians chose to fight with them to help them conquer this country. It wasn't all about being a sellout. It's like they really ain't had no choice. They had to pick a side. What they say, the lesser of two evils. Mm-hmm. They had to pick the lesser of two evils. So they chose to side with George Washington. And because the slaves and the Native Indians is fighting with George Washington, man, that's how they took over this country. But ain't nobody talking about that. Let it be told, the white people was just excellent military tacticians and took over this place. When it was slaves and the Indians is how they got this country. Mm-hmm. And the same way they got it right now. Same way. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Real talk. So that's what this whole class about. I want to expose the lie that the Esau is just such a great winner when he's really just a sore loser. Real talk. A backstabber.
Hey, so if I could, America spends the most amount of money per damn near every country in the world don't spend as much put together as America does on defense. So if America was so great, war tacticians or planners or whatever word you want to use there, because I'm from the hood too, I don't really know the exact words we're supposed to use.
We be trying though. Hey, we be trying.
I so tried. I didn't think nobody was gonna notice that. I'm gonna keep going, but I had to put that in there too, because in case I said the wrong word. You know what I'm saying? But if America was all that, why would they have to spend twice the amount of every other country on defense if they just all that, you know, hey, well, we go this way, y'all flank them around that way.
Right. That's heavy.
Real but they got to pay for bombs. They got to get bombs to bomb a whole country.
And I feel like they doing that because they scared. I'm just keeping it real. I feel like they keep buying and investing in all this shit because they fucking terrified. They so scared that the tables is going to turn. And why y'all so scared of, like you said, if they so military tacticians like y'all say, because y'all really ain't.
Nah,
y'all really not. Real talk.
Y'all might could go hunt a deer or something.
Yeah, let's jump into the scriptures though. We could go back to this throughout the whole class, because this is what the topic about. So if some more shit pop in your head about how they just really sore losers, and you got some more history about some other war you heard about, you bring that shit out. Because I know the Red Cloud War, he whooped their ass. That Red Cloud War, that was a straight out defeat. They slaughtered them white people. Real talk.
The book of Genesis chapter 27, verse 32. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau.
Right. So this is the time when Rebekah told Jacob to go get that blessing, because she the one that got the word from the prophets that, look, man, the older is going to serve the younger. And when that first baby came out red and hairy, she knew that was not her son. I mean, she knew that was her son, but it was not her brother. She knew that was her son, but that's not her family. You feel me? And that's all you got to do is understand the fact that when you don't believe the same thing, you can grow apart from like your flesh and blood. You know, that's all. And for people that think like, nah, that was her son, and that being her son is no different than your physical brother who you don't even like, who don't even like you, who you've been at odds with. You feel me? From the jump. For people that they can't understand that. You feel me? You got people that you knew your whole life that you, as you got older, y'all grew apart. You feel me? And it's the same thing. She understood that though. She understood that this boy is her son, but this is not her brother. You know, because we is trying to bring our family back. When we have kids and children, we trying to bring our family back. That's the whole point. We bringing back relatives, and she knew that was not one of her relatives from the past. It's like we're going all the way to 42.
Come, verse 33. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who?
Right. He shocked. You feel me? Because he just gave the blessing who he thought was to Esau, but it was to Jacob, you know, who dressed up like Esau. But look, you know what's funny? Nah, we ain't gonna. That'll waste too much time. But you got to read up when Isaac gave him the blessing. Man, Isaac knew that was not no damn Esau. He knew it. He like, I don't know. It sound like Jacob. But whatever, you know. Whoever, it's one of them. So one of y'all come get this blessing. But I'm telling you, Isaac, he knew. Like, I don't think this Esau.
Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me, and have eaten all before thou camest, and have blessed him? Yea, and he shall be blessed.
Right. I can't take this blessing back, Esau. This might be you this time. But whoever that was at first, that's who got the blessing. Real talk. And of course, ain't nobody coming in their house. Because a lot of times with these stories, though, with these white people, make it seem like these people was poor. You feel me? They did that about Abraham too. Man, look, Abraham, none of them was poor. You feel me? Jacob either. None of them poor. They make it seem like they was poor, begging for change and, you know, dirty clothes and hell no. So I'm saying that to say, wasn't nobody coming up in his house that wasn't supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew it was one of his sons. You know, it wasn't no stranger, you know, that came from a far away or nothing like that. He knew it was one of them.
Verse 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried, and with the great exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father.
Right. He cried. You know, he cried, but he sold his birthright. You know, he sold his birthright to Jacob, and when that happened, that let the Lord know all he needed to know, that this is Cain from the past. This is him all over again. He back. You feel me? And we ain't blessing him. Hell no, we ain't blessing him.
Verse 35. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and had taken away thy blessing.
See, I told you he knew. I told you he knew. He said, Thy brother, you feel me, came with subtlety. Real talk. Thy brother came with subtlety, which is basically like it wasn't immediately obvious. You know, it wasn't immediately obvious of who he was, you know. But come to find out that it wasn't Esau. And he took away the blessing. Real talk.
And Salakia, sir, if I may, you always hear about the Pan-Africans trying to come against Captain Zaria, trying to say that Jacob was like the villain of the story.
Right.
And from how you breaking it down, sir, the whole family ran to play against Esau.
Man, come on, man. Please tell me that fell out your pocket, skinny man. Man, and they got down to him. They got down on his ass. Like,
that's a fact. Starting with his mama.
But it started with the
mama. The whole thing.
Man. Hell no. No, that's funny as hell.
That was what they call it, the reverse, where mama threw the ball to the daddy reversed it to the
Man, look, real talk. They throwing alley-oop plays, all kind of shit.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like it.
You keep going.
Come on. Verse 36. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times.
Right. Oh, okay, hold on, wait. So that I got the context wrong. So that was Esau saying that. Mm-hmm. That Jacob came and did. That wasn't Isaac saying it. But if you do read up, you will see what Isaac was saying that shit. Like, I don't know if this Esau. But yeah, that's a fact. And he supplanted him, which basically mean like he's taking the place of, taking someone's place. That's what Jacob did twice. And that's because Esau, he didn't care nothing about his birthright anyway. Mm-hmm. And that's why the men of the Lord came to the mama and said that. That's why they came to the mama and said that the older is gonna serve the younger. You feel me? It's one gonna be stronger than the other. They're gonna have 2 different mannerisms, and we can see that right now today between black people and white people. We got 2 different mannerisms. Ain't no way we was in slavery for no 400 years and we just way more masculine than these people, way stronger than these people. Our women look way better than they women. How is this? After slavery, why was the slave master?
Let's get that ahead.
Why was the slave master having sex with the slaves? Are you dumb? What is going on? They said, what his name? Thomas Jefferson was having sex with his slaves. You supposed to be one of the founding fathers. But here we go again. America isn't great winners. They sore losers. You a founding father of America. You couldn't get no women. You couldn't get no other women. Wasn't no women just throwing it at you. You had to rape your slaves. You a sore loser. That's what it is. You're not a great winner. You a sore loser. Real talk. And Esau was mad that Jacob, our forefather, took his place twice.
He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, took away his birthright, and he took away his blessing. You know, the birthright goes to the oldest son. So basically, when the father passed away, you basically the father. That's what that means. When they say like the oldest son get the birthright, that's basically saying when the father passed away, you are now the father. You take all his roles and responsibilities to the other children, and that comes with money too. All his money is supposed to go to the one that got the birthright, and he dividended out to who needed. And you know, you come to him for counsel, like you would come to the for all that. You know, and when Esau gave that up, he was basically saying, "Nigga, I'm lesser than you. You sold your birthright to your little brother. Then basically you saying I am less than you. You deserve to be my Adawan. Instead of, you know, you calling me Adawan, you calling me sir. Nigga, I need to be calling you sir." That's basically what was going on when he sold him that birthright.
And he said, "Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?"
Right. And mind you, it said he was crying. So this ain't like all masculine, like how they try to make themselves be in A Few Good Men and all them damn movies when they lying. Like they just like Tom Cruise, you know, with what was the movie with Tom Cruise? With the
You can't handle the truth.
I'm just keeping it real. All these military movies, they try to act like they just so No, they not like that. This is how they really is, crying. And that's how Trump was. They asked him about Iran. He said, "I don't know. They're not good people. They're terrible people. They're scum." You know what scum is? That's how Trump was. He wasn't standing at attention like, "Yeah, we're gonna go take over Iran. They broke the treaty, this and that." He was about to cry. But that's Esau. That's how he is for real. Try to act like he just so masculine and manly. Man, they is cowards, man. He ain't even go. Matter of fact, he a draft dodger.
Right.
He like that's what Esau. Esau was a draft dodger. Esau ain't even want no smoke. He ain't want no business with he ain't want the birthright. He ain't want the blessing. He ain't want to have nothing to do with none of them problems. And Jacob stood. Jacob wanted all the smoke. Matter of fact, he fought an angel for his name.
Right.
He wanted all the smoke with whatever the Lord wanted to give him. Esau he ain't want none of that. Esau didn't even want to take no women that was Hebrews. He didn't even want no women that was Shemitic. He was having sex with all kind of African women and all kind of shit. And that's why Jacob got two women that were sisters. One of them was supposed to be for Esau. and it was the one that he didn't want. Right. Leah was the one that was supposed to be, that's the one that's supposed to be married first, the older one. And that's why Jacob he wanted Rachel. He wanted her ass. And the father put Leah in the bed. Like, nah, you got to take her this because I don't know where your brother at. Real talk. Now, we had an agreement. That motherfucker was marrying African women and shit. Ishmaelites, all kind of heathens and shit. That's his culture, though.
Verse 37.
So I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, is there some Hamite tribes, like African tribes out there that are actually Esau too?
Man, you know what? Because like the Bible say, don't strive out an endless genealogy. We couldn't prove that. You know, you can hypothesize, well, maybe that's what albino tribes came from. And you know, you can hypothesize all kind of shit though. But as far as proof, is no way we could prove that because it's always been more women than men. So even if Esau did have sex with some Africans and they came out maybe looking African, but they was actually Esau, they gonna have a bunch of daughters. Like remember what happened with Dan, how he almost didn't become a tribe because he didn't have enough sons. So I mean that could have got weeded out over time. We don't have no proof of that. But I mean, that's why we just say like we are asked to go back to like maybe your great-great-grandfather's fathers, you can go back. Then after that, we'll let the Lord deal with it. See, that's what the IUIC don't understand. The IUIC believe to go get an African nigga and tell him he's the tribe of Judah. That's what the IUIC believe to go tell a Chinese man, hey man, you from the tribe of Naphtali. No, that's not what we're supposed to do. No, nuh-uh. We go back as far as we can, and if we can't, then we'll just let the Lord deal with it. It's nothing we can do about it. We'll see you in the kingdom, or maybe we'll see you on a chariot. I mean, who knows? Shit, that's between the Lord. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about that just because that's so far back. Like we would never be able to prove that.
Okay, I got you.
African tribe of Judah is crazy.
African tribe of Judah is crazy.
I'm trying to tell you.
And it's crazy that it's only Judah. It's no other northern tribe or southern tribe. It's always Judah.
But the fake Israelites is really Jewish though, and that's what the Jewish people think. They just believe in Judah, and some of them will say Benjamin and Levi, but most of them is just Judah because it just sounds good. Because we know that's what Jewish. We know that's what Jews come from. It's short for Judah. Real talk. They wear the tassels on their shirt. They do all the shit the Jewish people do. Shabbat Shalom and all that shit. Don't cut the lights on the Sabbath and all kind of shit.
Hey, why I heard a Jewish person say, "I'm from Levi," talking about Levi. I'm from Levi. He called it Levi instead of Levi.
They must be hearing us always say that they don't ever pick another tribe. Mm-hmm.
Verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord.
Right. I've made him thy Lord. He's your Adawan. He's better than you. Obviously, you gave up your birthright. It was time to get blessed, and you was not here to be found. What we always say, what General Hyman always say, the best ability is availability.
Availability.
You wasn't available, Esau. You wanted to be out hunting in the field, and Jacob was here. He was here, and he was ready, and he got this blessing, and he's your Lord now. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. It's over and done with.
And all his brethren have I given to him for servants.
Right. He getting the servants, not you. You was supposed to get blessed with servants. Now you not.
And with corn and wine have I sustained him.
Right. And that's just talking about like prosperity, He's going to prosper.
And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?
Right. Isaac, like, I don't know what else to do. Shit. I passed the blessing down. This is it. You hear me? What you want me to do?
Verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father?
Right. One blessing. And remember, while he's saying this, he is crying. He's not at attention like a soldier. Like, you got one blessing left? Like, come. No sweat. And that's not what he's doing. He's crying. He's sobbing. Probably on his knees. And that's Esau. But he done made himself seem like he's some great warrior. Ready to die. No, he's not. He's a coward. He's a beggar. It's a beggar ruling the planet right now. It's a beggar in charge of the greatest military this world ever seen. A goddamn beggar. He's been begging Iran to open up them damn straits for the last, couple months. And as soon as they decided to come up with an agreement, this shit was done. It was over with.
Hey, so like I said, if I could add something.
Here you go ahead.
It's heavy that you say that he was begging. After the Seminole Wars, when the U.S. couldn't whoop the Seminole, they begged them to move to Oklahoma. They actually paid them. They paid the Seminole to move to Oklahoma.
Damn. That's insane. Because that's who he is. He's a backstabber. Always thinking his money, he gonna just, his money gonna help him get out of every jam. That's a fact. Right now. Shit, the rich white people doing that now, thinking they money could just help them get out of all the damn bad decisions they made, bad business deals, all kind of shit.
Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Told you he was crying the whole time. This was not a masculine scene. You know, this wasn't no masculine type of mode where a son and a father having a conversation. This is one of his sons begging and crying because he's a fuck up. Because they're like, think about like an alcoholic that's crying, knocking on the door, let me back in. I'm gonna change. This was happening right now. Real talk. Man, look, man.
Sniffling and shit.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what inspired this. This what inspired this. What inspired this class, I'm gonna be honest, of course, it's always the Lord, but what happened was I seen Trump, the way he was talking about Iran and how they were scum, and I'm like, this man looked like he about want to cry. And then I seen the George Washington movie, and I started doing research on the stuff that was going on in the movie, and I could not believe that the Native Indians is the ones that won all his battles for him. Mm-hmm. And then I realized this nigga's a fucking coward. He's a phony. He's a fake. You feel me? He's a fake, man. He like one of them goddamn magicians that got everybody fooled till somebody come around and expose all the tricks. Nice. And that's what the ISUPK been doing since 1969. We've been exposing all their tricks to show people that these people is just human. So like,
so like I said, if I could, you know, you can just go on Wikipedia and just do a simple Wikipedia search, and they'll tell you how many Indians actually fought in the Revolutionary War. Half the soldiers on both sides of the conflict was Indian.
How am I did not know that. I think I remember reading some about the French having some, but I did not know that the war between the French and the British was won by the Indians, and then the motherfucker used them same Indians to fight against the damn British.
Yeah. 1812.
Man, that's insane, man. That's crazy. I said they fake. This is a phony. You know, like Martin Luther King. You know how he plagiarized all that shit that sounded so good? It's the same shit. The whole America is plagiarized.
So like I said, if I could, West Point's supposed to be the greatest military like training base ever. They had Indians, Seminole Scouts, and Buffalo Soldiers training them white boys.
Man, look, they was winning the battles in the fucking forest. Look, when the British was fighting the French on the battlefield, you know how they all stand and just shoot till everybody dead? The Indians like, hell no, nigga, that ain't how you fight.
Right.
Man, they got them French to go in the woods and they fucked them French up, man. The same way the Maccabees did to the Greeks. They did them. That's how they was winning. That's how they was whooping their ass. They had brought them in them woods, in them mountains. And they could not fight them like that.
Guerrilla warfare, yeah.
Yeah, guerrilla warfare. And that's our culture though. That's how we fought. That go all the way to King David. That's what we call it. Damn, don't get me wrong. Get me right on it. Yakra.
Kind of thing.
You feel me? That go all the way back to King David. That ain't nothing new. That's how we fight. Them white people fight like that, standing in a straight line, just shooting or running with swords, and to whoever got the most men win. That's they depend on their numbers. That's why they depend on numbers, because that's how they fight. Based off how many men you got standing left is the winner. When we don't fight like that. That ain't how we don't need the numbers, because we got real military strategies like guerrilla warfare.
It's like I said, if I could, even as a child, I never understood why they would just stand there in lines and return fire on each other, reload it. I never understood it. Like, why would you just stand there and wait to get shot? Like, who the fuck does that?
They got to run to the back because that gun take 5 minutes to load.
Yeah,
and they were shooting them bow and arrows. That was like a switch.
Right.
Yeah.
Bow and arrows was like having a switch. While they taking time to reload, it coming through their neck, coming through their chest. You feel me? And then, that's why I'm saying Native Indians was whooping their ass. But the only thing is, the Lord was not with us. You feel me? So yeah, we showed our skill and what we could do, but it was for the wrong reason, because the Lord wasn't with us. Yeah. And the Lord wasn't with us, of course, because we sinned, we broke the laws. Real talk. But we ain't talking about that right now. We talking about these damn white people. We'll get to that later.
Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above.
Right. Basically saying, like, you feel me? You gonna prosper, you know, you're gonna prosper eventually, you know. But as of right now, I mean, you ain't get the birthright and you ain't get the blessings. But you will prosper. I see it happening. You saw you crying and begging, but I see it happening. I see you prospering.
Verse 40. And by the sword shalt thou live.
Right, and by the sword that shall live. This is what his father's telling him. He's telling him from his mannerisms. He knew that Esau was going to become a nation. It was going to become a nation of people, and they was going to live by the sword, which means they was going to always be looking to kill. You feel me? They was always going to be looking to kill and to fight. That was how they was going to have to get up in the world. For them to get up, they was going to have to kill. It wasn't going to be from trading. It wasn't going to be because they got a good land, inheritance, oil, diamonds. That's not what's about to happen. You feel me? You're going to get the fatness and the dew of all that from killing. You feel me? But the thing is, well, Isaac never told him. Isaac didn't tell him he was going to be good at it. He told him, you're going to live by the sword. You're going to always want to fight and kill people and take this. But that don't mean you're going to be good at it. You feel me? And that's why Esau was living in them goddamn caves. Because otherwise, he would have been shit. So he would have took over Africa. He would have took over Asia. He would have took over the Europe where the Japhetic people was at. But he didn't. You feel me? He said you're going to live by the sword and you're going to serve thy brother. And that's a fact. And that's what Esau did. Esau is a servant. He's not the king of the earth. He was not blessed to rule the planet. He's a fucking servant. And the brother that he's supposed to serve is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You know? And that's why they keep stabbing us in the back. That's why they always focused on us. It ain't never, the Chinese could do whatever the hell they want. They even talked about it in the movie Don't Be a Menace. Remember when they was doing all the shit and the white dude, he the one was doing all the shit, but they following the Wayans brothers around, showing that this is what we go through. Well, we could literally be doing nothing and everybody else could be committing crimes and nobody cared. Nobody watching them, nobody looking for them. They just got their eyes on us. Because Esau knew from then that he was going to serve his brother. He knew that his brother was his enemy. Real talk.
And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Right. Because he knew that at one point, a time is going to come where Jacob is going to fall and you're going to rise up. And that's what's happening right now. We fail. We sinned against the Lord and he rose up. He rose up and now he's running the planet by the sword, by killing, dropping bombs, nukes, military, spending all the money on the military, all the taxpayer money going to the fucking fighter jets. Because he's so scared to lose his country, to lose his kingdom, because he know that he was not promised this. He wasn't just given East India like the Elamites. You know, he wasn't given Iran like the Persians. He wasn't given Asia like the Moabites and the Ammonites. That wasn't just given to him for inheritance. Everything that Esau got, he had to take it. He had to backstab to get it. And he be backstabbing his own brother. That's what happened with the Jewish and the Germans. You know, the Russians and the Americans. The Russia and America fought against them. They fought against the Germans. And now Russia and America into it. This is just who he is. He's a backstabber. That's his only way he can really win.
Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob.
Right. And Esau hated Jacob. And that's what you got to understand. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if you ever wondered why do white people hate you, it's in their blood. It's in their blood because they was too weak to serve the Lord. They was too cowardice. You feel me? To even earn a birthright. So they sold it. Sold the birthright. They got tricked out of their blessing. And for that, Esau hated Jacob. And when he hated Jacob, he taught his children to hate Jacob. So over time, they don't even know why they don't like Black Hispanic Native Indians. They just know they don't like us.
Right.
You ask the average white person, they don't know why they don't like Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, but love everybody else. They don't even know. But it's been embedded in them for so long that they just know when they see us, we is not somebody that they want to ever see prosper. They want to make sure we is beneath them. Because what it say, that they gonna break the dominion. When they get dominion, they're gonna break the yoke off their neck. Basically saying we're gonna have our foot on their neck. So they know that we cannot get above them. Otherwise, they are going back into the caveman that they are.
And so, like I said, if I could,
okay, you go ahead.
This is why the Bible is so heavy, and this is why the UPK is so important to break these scriptures down like this. I was watching the TikTok the other day. It was a sister on TikTok making a video, and she was so distraught. And she was like, "Well, what did we do to white folks? What did we do to them to make them hate us like this?" And she don't have the answer.
Yep, took their blessing and their birthright. Yep. But it's been so long, they don't even understand that that's the reason.
Right.
They don't even understand. They just know that, nigga, we hate them. Them Black Hispanic Native Indians, they just, you say a Black Hispanic Native Indian, they hate it. Chinese, they got fucking illegal fucking sex parlors all over the country. They the biggest illegal immigrant. ICE don't give a damn about them.
Mm-hmm.
But the Mexicans with a damn taco stand, go get them. Slamming them on the ground. Throwing them in cages with aluminum foil blankets. Yeah, that's why they got to do it. Because we took their blessing, they sold us their birthright, and now they don't have no inheritance. And they have to live by the sword to get anything. To get anywhere in life, they have to backstab.
And Esau hated Jacob because the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, "The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob."
Right. He's saying like, all right, my father about to pass away. So we about to mourn. Then after this, I'm going to kill Jacob. And that's the spirit of the so-called white man. That he wants to kill Jacob. Jacob is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's why you went into slavery. That's why you hung on trees. That's why they so jealous of you. Because you just better than them. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We're better than white people. And they know it. They know it. And that's why they want to kill us. They want us dead.
Verse 42. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, "Behold, thy brother Esau has touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee."
Right. He comforted himself, purposing to kill thee. That's how Esau, that's how the white man comforted himself. By killing black people. Killing Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians comfort the so-called white man. It makes him feel like he's better than you. What they say, that's one less nigga to worry about. You feel me? And the mother told this to the son because she knew Esau was not her brother. That was not her family, man. She knew that. They told her it was two nations in thy womb. You feel me? Two manners of people is in there. The elder is going to serve the younger. That elder one, that is not your brother. Real talk. And this is our life right here. This is our life. Jacob and Esau. So if I could, you could drop that. And let's go to Genesis 33 and 1.
Come.
Now, and with this, we going all the way to 10, but I'm gonna just try to run through it because I'm just trying to show Esau's nature, like in his spirit. You feel me? Because now we just read how he say he's gonna kill Jacob. He's gonna kill him. He's gonna do this and that. But let's see what happened when he finally see him again.
The book of Genesis, chapter 33, verse 1. And Jacob lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah and unto Rachel and unto the two handmaids.
Right. So he's 400 deep. Now remember when we went into Egypt, we was only 70 deep. So it got to be less than 70 around this time. So he had enough men to overpower us and kill us. You know, this their first interaction since that incident happened.
Verse 2. And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost.
Mm-hmm. So basically, put the women and the children, you know, in the back. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Verse 3. And he passed over before them, and bowed himself to the ground 7 times, and he came near to his brother.
Mm-hmm. So he put them behind, and he came to Esau, and he bowed to the ground because he knew what he did with the birthright situation, with the blessing. And he knew from what his mother said. The mother said that your brother want to kill you and get up out of here. And that's when he went and got his wives, started having kids, and then now he ran back into him.
Verse 4. And Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him.
And what? And he said, and did what?
Fell on his neck and kissed him.
No, he killed him.
He kissed him.
Unalived him.
He kissed him.
Beat him up? Oh, ma, he beat him up. At least he punched him.
He ain't even pinched the bitch.
He ain't even
flick it. He didn't even flick it.
He didn't even flick his ear or nothing. He ain't hit him with the Mike Tyson, the bike.
Give him a nookie, what they call it, a nookie. He didn't give him a nookie or nothing.
Put him in the head. He didn't even put him in a headlock.
He didn't put him in a headlock,
man. Because this is Esau's. This is his nature. This is who he is, man.
He ain't even doing how Melvin did Jody.
He ain't even do it like that. That's what I'm saying. Like he's
your mama, boy.
Esau is a coward. That's what I'm saying. He's a coward. He said he wanted to kill him. He was mad. He took his burger. He was crying to his father. Then when he finally seen him, he had 400 men. It ain't like he was by himself. He had 400 men. But when he seen him, he embraced them. He hugged them, dapped them up, and they wept, which means they cried. They started reminiscing about them growing up, all the different stuff, the Venice, all the stuff that ever happened between brothers growing up. Now at this moment, they not enemies, they brothers at this moment. Why is this happening? Because the Lord was with Jacob.
Right.
What the Bible say? If you fear the Lord, your enemies will be at peace with you.
Right. Yeah.
That what the Bible say. The Bible say, if you fear the Lord, your enemies will be at peace with you. And Jacob, he being in the spirit of Job, he don't really know. Shit. He thinking he doing right, but he don't really know. And he seen Esau, and instead of just being arrogant, like, yeah, what up, nigga? You feel me? What's good? He put his women and kids in the back, ran up, bowed down, not knowing what's going to happen. Because last time he checked, he wanted them dead. And because he feared the Lord changed Esau's heart.
Right.
And that's what could happen with all of us. Because we fear the Lord could change Esau's heart. And now you getting these business loans or these deals or whatever you need to prosper. You know, whatever you need to move forward in life. And that's why in the UPK, that's why we say we not in captivity. Mm-hmm. Hear me? As a whole, black people, we are. But at us individually, we don't go through the things that other black people and Hispanics go through. Because we keeping the laws and commandments. We have a rank structure. We have people we got to answer to. You know? So therefore, when we see Esau, he's weeping. He don't have that strong look. When the police pull us over, sometimes they don't even write us the ticket. They just tell us, hey, man, slow down. Hey, just slow down, man. Keep going. Because that's what happened when you fear the Lord, man. I ain't trying to send nobody no dream, because sometimes If you read the book of Job, which is one of my favorite books, it could be a test too. So I ain't trying to send nobody no dream saying, come to serve the Lord, you're going to be walking on water or something. So like, I don't want to make it seem like that. But I'm just trying to let you know what's going on. And the reason why Esau is not killing him and all his sons and his wives is because he feared the Lord. And when you fear the Lord, your enemies they look at you a little different than the other nigga. You know, it's something different about you than other niggas. You know, when you fearing God. Because Esau, another thing about Esau, he likes an easy prey. You know, them Uncle Tom niggas that always kissing their ass, them be the prey. Them be the niggas always get killed. They look at you like you sweet. But them ones that ain't bowing down to them, they look at you like, oh, he might put up a fight. Yeah, we're gonna leave him alone. Real talk.
Verse 5. And he lifted up his eyes and saw the women and children, and said, who are those with thee? And he said, the children which God hath graciously given thy servant.
Right. Mm-hmm. He's saying all the women and children. And he like, who are these? Nigga, this is my family. You know? This is my family. This is my peoples. Because, like I said, they ain't seen each other since that incident. So the first time seeing him, you seeing all his women and his children, you like, damn, nigga, you getting it on. And that's what happened when your enemy is at peace with you.
Say getting it on or getting it in or whatever.
He had a lot.
You want to put in there?
Because he had the women, then he had the 12 sons.
Right.
You know, I don't know if he had all 12 at this time, but you get what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Real talk. But this is before we went into Egypt, before they sold Joseph into the Ishmaelites.
All right, so like I said, I think at this time he did have all 12 because didn't Esau also had 12? This is after that?
No, remember when they went into Egypt and Joseph found out they had a new brother, Benjamin, which was the youngest. And they said, he told him go get him so he could see him. But they didn't know that was their brother. They thought he was just trying to like hold them hostage and shit.
Okay, I got you.
So it might have been 11. I don't know exactly. That's why I said I don't know the exact number around this time.
Verse 6. Then the handmaidens came near, they and their children, and they bowed themselves.
Right, because they was well mannered. Because we had a whole different mannerism. That's what it said. We had different mannerisms. They had manners. And they went up and they seen Esau and they bowed down because they knew that was his brother. And as far as, you know, mother and father in the flesh, but not in the spirit.
And so, like I said, if I could, it's heavy you brought up manners because, I mean, shit, I grew up saying yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Right. To absolute strangers. People you don't even know. Just having good manners.
Verse 7. And Leah also with her children came near and bowed themselves. And after came Joseph near and Rachel, and they bowed themselves.
Right.
Verse 8. And he said, what meanest thou by all this drove which I met? And he said, these are to find grace in the sight of my Lord.
Right. You keep going.
Verse 9. And Esau said, I have enough, my brother.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So Jacob also was trying to be player, and give him some cattle, it's like money. Around that time, cattle and all that stuff, these animals and stuff, that was money. That's why I say Jacob was wealthy. Jacob was wealthy. He was trying to give him something. Because he knew, first of all, I got the birthright, I got the blessing, then I got to see you, and I thought it was going to be war, and the whole time it's peace. Man, take some of these cows and these rams, these bulls, man, and live, And Esau like, no, I'm good. I got enough. Esau was getting it on. He had men and he had stuff going on.
And Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that thou hast unto thyself.
Right. And of course, that's our culture right there. You feel me? That's our culture. You try to give a brother something, you say no. Nah. You try to give it again, you say no. Nah. That's what we do. You feel me? What they learned, this situation, they learned that from their mother and father, who learned that from Isaac, who learned that from Abraham. You feel me? That's our culture to do stuff like that, to be player. Abraham and Lot did that. They had too much stuff going on. They split up.
Verse 10. And Jacob said, Nay, I pray thee, if now I have found grace in thy sight, then receive my present in my hand.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's trying to give him something because he just knew it was going to be war. You know, he got these wives, these kids. He's prospering. He like, look, man, shit, take some of this shit.
Therefore, I have seen thy face, as though I had seen the face of God.
Right. And he said, I seen thy face as though I seen the face of God. Because basically he's saying like this is a reflection of God's favor on me. This has to be another act of God just being with me. Like we brought out earlier, how we say your enemy, you know, you serve the Lord, your enemy will be at peace with you. That's basically what he's saying when he's saying as though I've seen the face of God. Because he's like, damn, I'm just knowing there's about to be war. There's no way we ain't fighting. There ain't no way you trying to kill my kids and all that, and my women, take my women and rape them. Nothing's happening. We good? Oh man, it's like I seen the face of God because the Lord must really be with me. He must be on my goddamn side for real. Because ain't no way this ain't go left.
And thou was pleased with me.
Right. So yeah, so basically what I'm saying with that is Esau is he's not the soldier and gangster that he pretends to be. You know, he does a lot of sneaky stuff, a lot of sneak attacks and stuff like that. That's what he do. You know, because if he try to fight you head up, he's probably gonna lose. Right. So he got to do all type of broken treaties and stuff like that. Because he said he wanted to kill Jacob, and then he saw him and he hugged him and dapped it up with him. All right, so you can drop that. Let's go to in Apocrypha. Let's go to 1 Maccabees 1:7.
Come. The book of 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
So this is talking about Alexander the Greek. So the reason why Alexander the Greek is fucking written in the Bible is because we had interacted with them during his reign, and then he had generals and stuff under him, you know, and they ruled the whole known world at the time. And when he died, shit got real because what people got to understand, his father Philip of Macedonia, man, when like I said, when they came out them caves, man, they started killing. You know, when they came out them caves, the Lord let them loose on this planet. Like what they say, the scorpions or whatever, the locusts out of the bottomless pit. In Revelations, that's how it was when he let Philip of Macedonia and them niggas loose. Well, I ain't gonna say them niggas, but them white boys loose. They was killing, and they was like a swarm of locusts. The way they did it, real talk. But you go ahead. We're going all the way to verse 11.
Hey,
I'm bringing that out to say because remember when we just talked about Esau, how he was weeping and hugging Jacob, and they debating on taking the gifts and not taking the gifts. That shit's done. That's over with now.
Hey, Salakia, sir, if I could real quick. It's not a sidebar, but it kind of sort of, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of black folks will say that the Bible is fake. It's been rewritten, it's been this, that, and the third, right?
Right.
But aren't we taught about Alexander the Great, Alexander the Greek in fucking middle school and junior high?
Yeah.
We talked about the same exact thing that's being talked about in the Bible. Mm-hmm. So where did that come from if it didn't come from the Bible?
And the timelines match up.
And the timelines match up. That's what I'm saying.
Our interaction with these different kings and these different places, like Egypt, Nebuchadnezzar, all that stuff, Babylon, Assyria, our interactions with them, it all add up in line with what the Bible say. When you look at the historians' timeline of these different kings and when they ruled, like Ramesses II, when he around the time of the Exodus, that was the king of Egypt, the Pharaoh, during the time of the Exodus. You feel me? And there's proof about that. Joseph, his name was I think his name was Akhenaten, was a pharaoh in Egypt. He was the vice president, and he was a pharaoh in Egypt. And that was his name in Egypt, though. It wasn't. They didn't call him Joseph. They called him Akhenaten or something like that. If I'm not pronouncing it right, I got the book. I don't know if I still got it, but it's the Hebrew pharaohs of Egypt, and he was one of them because it was many high-ranking men during the time we was in slavery in Egypt, just like it was a lot of high-ranking men in America right now.
Right. Black
people in different positions and stuff throughout in the country that done different things that made the country what it is. And Joseph just did the biggest thing when he made them rich, you know, with the harvest, with the 7 years and the dream.
Right. And so, like I said, if I could, that's why they say, that's why historians say that Akhenaten brought monotheism to Egypt.
Okay. See how it all add up?
Come.
See how all that add up? That's what I'm saying. You can't deny that shit. Real talk. You can't deny that shit at all. They try to rewrite history because they fake winning these wars. They not even winning them for real. They fake winning them.
Verse 8, and the servants bear rule everyone in his place.
Right. So when Alexander the Greek, because I don't like calling him the Great, because I don't know what he was great at besides killing. But when he ruled, when he died, all his servants ruled in his place. He had like 4 generals that took over different parts of I think Asia, Egypt, one stayed in Greece, and one of them went somewhere else. I can't think of the other place. Yeah, but he had 4 generals that went and spreaded that damn wickedness that he was about throughout all the damn known world.
Verse 9, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Right, that's talking about them generals I'm talking about. Hey, I'm see if you can find out the other place. I thought he walked away. Oh, it's all good. Let me see if I can find the other place very quick. Because I always forget the other place.
So like I said, I got it right here.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The most prominent was Ptolemy, of course, he was in Egypt. Seleucus, Licinius, Cassander, and Eumenes.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so Ptolemy went to Egypt.
Yep.
Seleucus went to Mesopotamia. Cassander stayed in Egypt.
Right.
Lysimachus went to Asia Minor. And Eumenes was second in command in Greece.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I just pulled it up while you said I was typing it in too. Yeah, so Seleucus, he was basically in the Middle East. That's where he was at. Okay. Yep. And basically what they did was took their ideology and what they believed to those places and the surrounding countries and spreaded that damn wickedness. Real talk.
So did their sons after their many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Right, and that's when evils was multiplied in the earth. Evils was multiplied in the earth when Alexander died, and his 4 generals went to 4 different areas: the Middle East, Egypt, Greece, and what was the other one, Harmar?
Asia Minor. That's like Turkey.
Asia Minor, right? So now the evils are multiplied in earth, sin, wickedness. You know how the Bible said the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. This is real. This really happened. Where the earth got more wicked when white people spread it out. When white people spread out, the earth got more wicked. It's the Bible said it was multiplied, which meant it was already bad. It was already bad stuff going on. It was evil stuff going on. Of course, they not under the laws of Moses. But even not being under the law, it wasn't as bad as it was until these 4 generals went and spread it out this damn Greek philosophy. Then evils was multiplied in the earth. You know, the white man ain't making America great. He's not making the earth better. He's multiplying wickedness.
Verse 10, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been a hostage in Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Right. These men is wicked, man. These men that they talking about, Antiochus and these 4, man, these is some wicked, evil people. You know, these are some wicked, evil people that laid down wicked, evil laws and customs for the known world. That's what they did. That's what the white man did. He laid down wicked and evil customs for the known world. He introduced all his wickedness that he was doing in them caves to the people that was living civilized. He claimed he civilized the whole fucking world when really he just multiplied evils. According to the Bible, that's what the Bible says.
Verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Traitors. And that's the way the so-called white man wins wars. He finds traitors. And according to the Bible, traitors are wicked men. The white man finds wicked men in Libya to overthrow the government, wicked men in Iraq and Afghanistan to overthrow the government. He tried to do it in Korea, it didn't work. Tried to do it in Vietnam, it didn't work. But that's what that's his tactic, because he's a fucking coward. That's what he do. That's how they lost the battle against the Maccabees, because they couldn't find somebody that was going to be wicked to overthrow the Israelites. They tried to. Just like they did everywhere they went. Everywhere the white man goes, he tries to find somebody that's wicked to overthrow the government. And what Mattathias say? Whoever zealous of the law, come stand with me. Whoever zealous of the law, come stand with me. That's what Mattathias said. Because they thought that they was going to find some high-ranking men that was going to overthrow the government. They tried to get Mattathias. Mattathias said no. He killed the king and the commissioner. He killed the king. He killed the commissioner of the king, and he killed the damn traitor that ate the pig off the altar. Mattathias killed both of them. And the Bible says he was not wrong for what he did. That was not murder according to God. God felt like he was zealous for the law. But this is what the white man always done. He always tried to find wicked men to overthrow the government. And he couldn't do that with the Israelites because of Mattathias and the Maccabees.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Right. That's what the white man do. The white man is not good at war. He's a sore loser. He's not good at war. What he does is he play tricks and lies. That's what he do. And he throw his money around if he can. This is how the white man wins a lot of his battles. He find wicked men that can persuade the other men of their race, of their own race, to make a covenant with them. That's what they did with the Native Indians. They came over here with the Native Indians and they found Native Indians that would fight with them. They convinced Native Indians to fight with them. They convinced the slaves to fight with them. That's what they did. This is how they win. And this is how they lose. Because they run into some people that ain't cut like that. You know? They ain't as treacherous as the white man is. And when they run into a nation of people that's not as treacherous as them, they lose. That's how they lost Vietnam. That's how they lost Korea. That's how they lost the Native Indian wars, because they ran into some that would not bend the knee. They would not trade on their people for money or for rulership to be the leader. And that's when the white man lose. When he can't convince you to go against your people, he lose. If he couldn't convince Martin Luther King and all them wicked civil rights leaders, he would have lost. We would have never integrated. This is how he wins.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Right, and that's what they'll tell everybody. Since we ain't been dealing with white people, man, we've been losing. You know, we don't get no benefits, man. They giving out loans and grants and PPP loans, and they doing this, and we need to go get down with them. This is how the white man wins wars. He finds somebody that's wicked that he can use to overthrow the government, to change people's hearts. You know, then he throw his money around. You know, always got to throw his money around too. That's why he say, since we departed, we had much sorrow, because we ain't partaking in a financial gain that we can get by dealing with them. That's what Martin Luther King did. Martin Luther King said, let's integrate, man. We've been suffering, you know? We've been suffering. We need to integrate with the white people, and it was all for money. He said black people was going to make more money. We lost everything. He gained, and we lost. And that's usually what happened. They're going to go around saying, if we join with white people, we're going to get all this money, all these resources. We're going to get better buildings, better schools, and then we lose everything. And that person that told us to do it got all the money and sold us a dream. This is how you win, man. White man ain't good at war. This is a sore loser. So you could drop that. I could, and go to 1 Maccabees 3:48.
Count time.
Let me tell you something else he do to win and you know, get people to worship him. The people don't even understand how big of a deal it is. And this is why we talk about it all the time. You know, what, since 1969, we go in the corner and say Jesus Christ is black. God is black. God had woolly hair. The prophets is black. What does that matter? Why do you guys keep saying that? What matter what color they was? Christ was olive. He was olive color. He was Middle Eastern. It gotta matter. You know how we know it matter? Because they fucking changed how he looked. Why they change how he looked? They changed how he looked because if they didn't, why the fuck would people want to serve them? Why would people serve the white man if they telling you Jesus is Chinese, Jesus is African, Jesus is Hawaiian? Why would the hell you serve them? But you would if he got blonde hair and blue eyes and looked sweet. You would then. Real talk.
The book of 1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Mm-hmm. That's what they do. That's what the so-called white man do. He paint the pictures of your family like him. He wants you to believe that Moses was white. When how could Moses be white? When he put his arm in his bosom and it came out white. How is that even a punishment? His sister turned leprosy. She was a leper because she cursed his marriage that he had with a woman that he didn't, you know, African woman that he didn't know no better at the time. She was cursed with leprosy, which means she got turned white. How is that a punishment? The Bible say blonde hair is a curse. It's a plague. Get it out. Why would the Bible say that? If Christ got blonde hair, that means he's a plague. Unless the heathen had sought to paint the likenesses of their image out of the book of the law, which is talking about the Bible. Because at the time, they only had the Old Testament. So they only had the book of the law with the prophets. I mean, it only makes sense. It's a real evil tool. And I'm telling you, it'll work. It's working. It's been working for 400 years. It's been working for 400 years that black people is in fear of the white man is because when they see him, they think he's Jesus. They think that's Jesus' family. They think that's Mary and Joseph's ancestors. You know, they think that that's the bloodline of Mary and Joseph and Moses, you know, and Aaron, you know, and all these famous people we read about. Yeah, go ahead.
So like I said, if I could, they think that's King James in their family. They think that's King Louis in their family.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. All these famous people that we read about in the Bible, Jeremiah. When you see white people, you think that's Jeremiah's people. You don't think that, man. That's my cousin. Jeremiah is my cousin. That's my family. You know, that's my great uncle with all the prophecies and all that wisdom. It's my people. I mean, we did invent everything, you know, and that's what we doing. We wiping clean the brainwashing that Christianity did. Because you got to start asking yourself, how the hell we invent all this shit, but we couldn't be the people of the Bible? No, that's exactly who we are, the people of the Bible. We the exact same people that was doing all that them miracles then, and we doing them right now. We doing them right now. You feel me? All this stuff we done built up from the ground up. Them pyramids, they can't figure out how to get to build. Shit, we done done that. We done did something better. We build skyscrapers. We got these white people living on the 300th floor. It's because of us. You feel me? We the reason y'all sitting up in the fucking clouds looking down on everybody. And but that's one of their tools, though. It's just to paint all your people to look like them. Paint your ancestors, your family to look like them. So now when you see them, you want to worship them. You thinking that, you know, they somebody to worship, and they not. Just keeping it real. They change history. That's a good tool. That's a good weapon of warfare. But let them tell it, their weapon of warfare is killing and, you know, fighting and military strategy. No, it's not. They're going to just lie to you. They're going to kill all the men and then tell all the children that they is your motherfucking father. And you better listen to them. They're going to kill all the men and tell them, man, you American. That's why that TV show Roots was so heavy. How they beat his name out of him and told him to call himself Toby. That's what they did to us. They beat our culture out of us so we can accept their culture. That's not war. That ain't gangster. All right, so you could drop that. Let's go to Matthew 27 and 20.
Okay. The book of Matthew chapter 27, verse 20. But the chief priests and elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask Barabbas and destroy Yahushua.
Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. The white man, and that's why Christ told them, "Ye are your father, the devil." When Christ said to the Pharisees and Sadducees, "Ye are your father, the devil," because he was talking about the way they move. He wasn't talking about them physically. He wasn't saying that's your physical father. He just saying, man, the way y'all acting, man, y'all niggas act like white boys, man. Y'all niggas act like the devil. Y'all don't even move like black people, man. And that's how we feel about the Christian pastors. Martin Luther King and them, the politicians, right. You know, the police commissioners. Y'all move like the white man. It's like y'all ain't even black. That's what he's telling them. It's like y'all ain't even black no more. And this is why. The Sadducees and Pharisees persuaded the people to vote against Christ. You feel me? Anytime you ever hear about voting in the Bible, it's always bad. You will never hear about voting in the Bible and it'll be some good shit. And that's the reason why we don't vote. We let the Lord choose. You know, we let the Lord choose who's supposed to be over us. Because when we get to decide, we make decisions like this.
And so, like I said, if I could add something, what you said about the police was so heavy because when I was coming up, we didn't get harassed by white cops.
Nope. My worst encounters was by black cops. The worst encounters I ever had was always by a black cop trying to overdo his fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
So when he goes to the locker room, the white people will be patting him on the back. Like, yeah, good job out there, man. Way to stick it to him. Get your dumb ass out of there.
Verse 21. The governor answered and said unto them, whether of the twain will ye that I release unto you? They said Barabbas.
Right, and that's because they was following who they thought was their leader. Right now, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is against the ISUPK because they're following who they think is their leader, which is the Christian church. They pastor's telling them that the ISUPK is evil and that God loves everybody. They just going with it because they sheep. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we just sheep. They're looking for somebody to lead us. But every time we look for somebody to lead us, they end up being evil and wicked, just like the devil.
Verse 22. And Pilate saith unto them, what shall I do then with Yahweh, which is called Christ? They all say unto him, let him be crucified.
Come on, man, let him be crucified, because they voted. That's what happened when you vote. When you vote on something, you're choosing everything that person is about. Everything that person is with, that's who you with all that. That's why voting is so evil. Because if you vote, you're not just choosing this one thing that you like that they said, you're choosing everything else too. It's like we're going all over to 25.
Oh, it's like I was just putting this in my voting preset. It's like
you got it. I just want to let you know that too, though, because I usually shout it out. But we going a lot of verses. Yeah. Anytime we ever voted, it was bad. Remember that other time when we said we want a king over us? You know, when we was mad at Samuel. We're like, we want a king. Put a king over us. Who it was? Saul. Wicked ass Saul. Tried to kill King David. All kind of evil shit. Anytime we ever voted, it was bad. It never worked out. We tried to vote against Moses. Everybody died. They killed all of them with the floor opened up in the wilderness when we came out of Egypt. Anytime we ever tried to vote, that shit did not work out good.
Verse 23. And the governor said, why? What evil hath he done?
Right. That what the governor saying. Pilate is the governor. He's a white man. He like, man, what did he do? What the hell did he do? I don't know what he did. I know y'all don't like him, but I just want to know what he do.
But they cried out the more, saying, let him be crucified.
Right. And that's what a white man, he tried to play them type of games. Like he ain't had nothing to do with it. He the goddamn CIA. He started the damn problem. You hear me? The white man, he know what happened before it even ever happened. And that's why the CIA is so wicked. This is the CIA right here. This is the type of stuff they do. Damn, what he do? Why y'all want to do this to him? Why y'all want to crucify? Why y'all want to kill him? What happened? When the whole time you sent O'Neill in to find out what Fred Hampton doing. You know, you sent them motherfuckers in there to find out what Malcolm X doing. You sent them motherfuckers in there to know that Martin Luther King is trying to change his agenda now. You know, he trying to go against what y'all told him he should be about, which is integration. Now he feel like he led his people into a burning bush. Y'all know this, but they try to pretend like they don't know what's going on. And you finna find out why.
Verse 24. And when Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made.
Right, a loud noise was made. Loud noise was made because they was against this. They was against the fact that Pilate was trying to justify Christ. Like, damn, what did he do? What y'all on? And they made a tumult like, no, let's kill him, crucify him. They was going crazy about it.
He took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person.
I'm innocent of the blood. I'm innocent of the blood of this just person. You feel me? Y'all wanted to integrate. I didn't want y'all to integrate. Martin Luther King fought for that. Y'all wanted different businesses in y'all neighborhood so y'all can eat and shop and stuff like that. So we gave it to y'all. We just didn't tell y'all it wasn't gonna be y'all owning it. You know, they Chinese and Japanese and African. But y'all asked for this stuff. You hear me? This is what the white man do. This is COINTELPRO. Where he pretends he don't even know what's going on. Why y'all mad about this and mad about that? The blood is off my hands. Y'all wanted to integrate. Y'all wanted these other nations in y'all neighborhoods. Now they there. So don't be mad that y'all lost, you know, money and y'all businesses is destroyed and they ain't got nothing to do with me. That's the white man. The white man will tell you everything that's going wrong with us. We asked for it. And he will show you proof somewhere throughout history we asked for it. And most of this stuff happened during that civil rights movement and you didn't even fucking know. You didn't even know that most of the problems going on in the black community happened during civil rights, but all you cared about is going to the Gucci, Louis, and Prada store. All you cared about is driving on the highway and getting hungry and want to go to a white diner without somebody saying you can't eat here.
And the food ain't seasoned.
And the food ain't even shit, ain't seasoned or nothing. But they will tell you it's your fault when the whole time they were setting this up from the jump. Because they set up divide and conquer between the Israelites. Because they knew, the Sadducees and Pharisees knew that if Christ would be heard, that they would lose their seat. They wouldn't be in power no more. And black people that's in power don't like to lose it. And if they feel like they about to lose it, they will side and do what the oppressor will want them to do just so they can keep it. So a lot of stuff going on right now with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it was set up by the CIA, divide and conquer. You know, and they was able to blame it on black people. Why y'all in this situation? Blame it on Hispanics. Why y'all in this situation? And that's real slick. That's real grimy. You know? And the reason why they would do stuff like that is because they saw that's how they win. They have to do tricks. They have to set tricks on you. No, they have to turn y'all people against each other. That's how the white man wins. But let him tell it, he just some military tactician, and it just ain't true. Real talk. Yeah. All right, so if I could, let's go to Revelations 13 and 15.
And so, like I said, if I could add a sidebar, if I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since the brother brought up about Alexander in the Apocrypha, it was just as recent as 2007 when archaeology proved that Pontius Pilate was a real person. And the Bible said it the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And they try to make it was fake, and they just credit the Bible. That's it.
Right.
The Bible.
Right. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right. And they have power to give life to the image of the beast. The image of the beast is white Jesus. Real talk. They pranced around white Jesus around the earth to make you think that they God. To make you think that you should follow them. That the Christ that died on the cross was a white boy. You feel me? That's why they had to paint that image of our King Yahushua Mashiach as Seja Borgia. So they want to give life to the image of the beast.
That the image of the beast should both speak.
I'm trying to tell you,
cause,
let you tell it. That damn white Jesus picture is speaking. You know, that motherfucker is alive. You feel me? Let you tell. I'm just keeping it real. Them statues of white Jesus might as well be alive. The way these people vouch for it and ready to stand up for it, knowing it's just not the truth.
You see how they be trying. You see how they be scared to step on a picture at camp.
They don't even want to step on a picture. Black people,
right?
Black people don't even want to step on it. The gangster is black people. The dude Queens Flip, he was in New York with the brothers in Harlem. He didn't even want to step on white Jesus going in their school. Like they felt like the brother. He felt like the brothers was setting him up. You feel me? Because he knew stand on it, he could probably lose money, lose followers, lose business endorsements. You feel me? Because that damn image is alive. The so-called white man, I'm telling you, he used that image to push his damn agenda all around the world, manifest destiny.
And cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, you'll be killed, whether that's physically or spiritually. If you're not worshiping white Jesus, you're not accepted. You know, that's why they always talk shit about the Muslim countries. You know, because they won't accept white Jesus. That's why they all shithole countries, because they won't accept white Jesus. You have to, if you don't want to accept white Jesus, then America looks at it as you don't accept them and their philosophies. That's what it's all about. It ain't even about going to church on Sunday. Do you accept our philosophy? Christianity is our philosophy, and if you don't accept white Jesus, then you don't accept our philosophy, and you're gonna be cut off. You're going all the way to 18.
Come. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or in their foreheads.
And the mark on their right hand is being to kill and fight for that beast, for that philosophy. And then the fourth thing, having the mindset of the beast, of that philosophy. And how you know it's not talking about a microchip for dumbass people that say this, that's what it is. But small and great, rich and poor. Rich people is not letting you put no microchip in them. Great people is not letting you microchip in them. Only people that will let you do that is
right.
And small people. The only people that would fight they don't to is poor people. Rich people and great people is not fighting for nothing. See, Trump, he is a dodger. So if the microchip is supposed to be out of everybody, why Trump? That's not a philosophy. This is talking about Christianity, which is the philosophy of America and all of their allies.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell.
Right, and that's what I really wanted. That was my whole point of bringing out this market beast breakdown. It wasn't also about the market of beast. It was about how they won't let you buy and sell. That's what they want. They will not let you buy or sell. That's how they start. They'll starve you out. You have all kind of great ideas, technology, resources, but if you don't have the market, if you don't follow, if you're not one of their allies, you out. Look at Haiti. That's what happened to Haiti. Cuba. That's what happened. Because they refused to take the mark of the beast. So they be in Korea. North Korea. So North Korea, you don't know what the hell is even going on over there. You have no clue what's going on over there. No clue, because they wouldn't take the mark of the beast. You feel me? They wouldn't take it. And that's one of their tactics of war, to start. It seems like military geniuses. Nah, hell no. They use their money. They use their money to fight a lot of their battles. And taking stuff you need, because they know eventually you're going to come and try to beg for it. You know, you're going to come and want to try to be a part of it. Then you put the mark of the beast. You know? When they try to act like it's just all about fighting, nah, they got some real devilish tactics. They're not letting you buy or sell. You can't even trade unless you believe what they believe. But like, okay, so we could drop that there, and let's go to last scripture. Let's go to 2 Ezra 15 and 5. End of that.
Okay. The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
Right. And that's what He's gonna bring plagues upon the world. That's what you see happening right now. You can't even eat no lettuce. You eat lettuce, you're gonna be in the bathroom longer than you're supposed to be. That's all I'm saying. Now, you go to top one of the richest franchises, copycatting what our Mexican brothers invented, tacos and burritos, ladas, and you didn't play. You didn't want to let them buy or sell. You didn't want to let them make money off the food they invented. And now the Lord sent the plague up on your ass.
It's like it, sir. If I could, Issachar eat taco with cilantro and onion, not no lettuce.
Nigga, you there was nuclear? Because hold on, what's the line? What you just said was nuclear. That was like a nuclear bomb. But think of that. Nigga, lettuce on damn tacos and burritos anyway. They eat cilantro. They eat cilantro. Lettuce is American. It's only the Americans from it. The Americans is the ones gonna suffer. He's keeping the plague away from Israel. Come on, man. Look, you can't make this up. How am I? You a priest of the Lord, nigga. I just want you to understand that. Cause that nigga, that shit was heavy. The Mexicans don't know, they don't even know what's happening. From eating lettuce, nigga, who they eating lettuce? They don't put lettuce on our taco. Who the hell? That's the way. God damn. That is stupid. Plagues, we ain't gonna have to suffer from them plagues though. As long as we serving the Lord, we ain't gonna have to suffer from them plagues.
The sword, the famine, death, and destruction.
Right, it's a white man. You're gonna get the sword, which is death, famine, which means you're gonna have shortages all around everything that you need. Death, you're gonna destruction, which means a lot of your things that you created, you know, your AI structure, all that stuff is gonna come crashing down. And that's all because the Lord, He set you up to destroy you, and we see it happening. That's what we see happening right now. But if I could, I pass 1,000 hard mark.
Security announcements. Well, the ISUPK started at a 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York. Room for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. That'll be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Upcoming holy convocations, we'll give further clarification on that. We'll do a courtesy salute, men of Israel, Amijah, Shabbat, Amijah, Barak, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh ISUPK Kentucky Brotherhood class dismissed.